Day 2 in Edinburgh. It's Saturday, the day before the Springboks take on Scotland at Murrayfield. We have an action-packed day today. Team photo, captain's run, and a match preview at the end of the video. So if you haven't, please absolutely mur that subscribe button. Leave this video a like. And as always, leave your opinions down in the comments. Edinburgh, what a city. What a city. This is a behind the scenes of Holiday, the captain's photo, of the team photo. They all come in, it's about a 5-minute thing. They set up the cameras, folks sit down and they hoy. This is the second time we've done this, and it still feels so surreal to just have all the Springboks in a room taking a picture. So bro, good day to see you, man. Now it's a mad dash to get to the captain's run, because if they get on the pitch before us, we can't get in, so we gotta go. Because we are a because we are a vodka, stronger together, never break a unity. Because we are a vodka, because we are a vodka, because we are a vodka, stronger together, never break a unity. Red, yellow, green, blue, black and white, from the dawn to the dark at night, we fight to stay united. 15 minutes of fame, no man. 80 minutes a game, it drives the world insane. The green is in our soul, the gold is in our cup, and take a break. The gold is in our cup, and take a break. The gold is in our cup, and the gold is in our cup. I said it 4 times, it's kinda like we stubborn. Who's in your head, who's in your head? Rassi's in your head. When you follow his plan, yes he's done, yes he's finished. And now it's second hand, get your own plan. They don't know what we know and can see it in our eyes. We say it in disguise. Big cut, white side, your cries have been denied. Playing with the green and gold, you're gonna get fried. We've made it to captain's run, and I kind of want to go through a little bit of a preview and sort of what we can expect in tomorrow's game. The boys are busy warming up there, going through their drills as they do normally in the captain's run. I want to speak a little bit about what the vibe has been in the camp over the last 24 to 48 hours. The time we've spent sort of with the Springboks, everyone looks very relaxed. The conversations we've had with the likes of Jordan Hendricks and Sia is that they're feeling very confident, optimistic, and that they know that they have a job to do, right? That's why the lineup got released late. That's why Rassie and Gregor Townsend were sort of having a bit of a poker face each to sort of see who was going to break first. And you kind of saw at the press conference yesterday, Rassie hadn't seen the Scottish lineup, and once that got dropped, then Rassie was very interested to know who was playing 9, who was playing 10, who was playing 15. Obviously, Scotland have thrown a couple of surprises in with Tom Jordan in that number 15 jersey. You obviously got Duan van der Merwe. Finn Russell is going to have to have a phenomenal game against the Springboks. Then you got Tupeloto, Hugh Jones in sort of that midfield, and they're going to try to put the Springboks under pressure. Rassie was also speaking about in the press conference yesterday of someone asked what happens if there is an injury, and Rassie was kind of saying that they look forward to the day that there is an injury and that they have to be tested, because it is something the Springboks need to figure out, and it is something they're going to be tested on eventually. So Rassie actually had quite an optimistic view of what happens if there is problems in the back line, who swings where. Obviously there's only Grant Williams on the bench, but Grant Williams can cover 9, can cover wing. You've got Canan Moody, who can cover 13 and wing. Vilila Roos in that 10 position, or is in the 15 position, but can also cover 10. So they have thought about this, and I'm sure there are plans for if 2, 3, 4 backline players get injured, who sort of slots in there. Kwaka, we know, comes from that 7s background, so that could be an option. So it's going to be interesting, but I think Scotland need to try to get off to a good start tomorrow, because if they don't, and that bomb squad comes on, probably arguably the best bench in world rugby at the moment, with Sia Khaleesi, Peter Steph du Toit, Jasper Visser, just an absolute mammoth bench. I mean, they're right behind me at training, and
they are massive humans. But I think that's sort of where the game is going to be won, is obviously in that forward pack. As good as that Scottish backline is, if they're not getting ball from the forward pack, then the midfielders and the wingers are kind of useless, because they're not getting clean ball. If the Springboks are putting them under pressure up front, then it's going to be very, very tricky to sort of make some headway through that Springbok lineup. And I think if the Springboks get put under the pump, we can expect that bench, which is almost an insurance policy, to come on in the 45th, 50th minute. But I think what Rassie really wants to try and do is save them for as long as possible, because we have England in a couple of days. And if Sia, Peter Steff, Jasper Visser, Vincent Koch, Malcolm Marx, if those guys don't have to play that many minutes against Scotland and can sort of save them for England, then that's a massive, massive positive. Obviously, he's also rested the likes of Cheslin Colby, Curtly Arnser, Damien Delende, Jesse Creel, and that's saving them for England, right? The squad is good enough, the depth is good enough to sort of field this 23-man side, or the 15 starting, and expect them to win, and win comfortably against Scotland. We went out to the bars last night and was kind of speaking to some locals and trying to wrap my head around sort of if the Scottish think that they can pip the Springboks, and they think they can. I mean, if we look at the Ireland-New Zealand game from last night, New Zealand were underdogs. Everyone was expecting Ireland to win, but then New Zealand sort of go to the Aviva and trounce the Irish, right? 23-13, 10 points is a big margin, especially in a game like that. So Scotland will look at that game and think that they can also beat the Springboks, who, if they win against Scotland, will move to that #1 position. So the Scottish sort of people think they can do it. I'm sure the team believes they can do it, but the Springboks just seem very cool, calm, collected. They know what they need to do. They need to come to the north, pick up 3 wins, and go back home in that #1 position. So it's going to be a very interesting game. At Murrayfield is where dreams are made of. I cannot wait to go and watch the game tomorrow at Murrayfield. One of my dreams come true, and I kind of just want to end this video by saying thank you to you guys. I mean, we're in Edinburgh, in Scotland, living my dream, making videos about rugby, about the Springboks, and this is not possible without you guys watching. So thank you for that. Leave your opinions down in the comments, hit that like button, and as always, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take it easy. Peace.